Brothers Dairy and more. Baling season is in full swing. As you can see, they had been busy the prior 2 weeks, and all of these bales have been wrapped for baleage. I've put together some of the footage from the past 2 weeks from various fields. Some of it first cutting, some of it second cutting. So if you want to see what the Beckman brothers have been up to, follow me.
This here is our young seeded alfalfa. We just sowed it this spring. Came up really good except for a little bit here and there. I may have to spot some in this fall. We're getting real close to probably cutting it for the first time. There is a few weeds, water hemp coming through, so we're probably going to cut it here real soon. It's a Roundup alfalfa. We did spray it for grass, which that's all the brown stuff out there, and that it took care of that. But the weeds, Roundup will not take care of the water hemp. So as long as you cut it every 30 days, you'll be okay.
It's June 10th and Alex is first cutting alfalfa from the newly seeded field that Gerard was talking about. This will be put into the big square bales and wrapped for baleage. It's June 10th, and some of the grass hay that was cut a couple of days ago, it's now dry enough, so Alex is headed out with the rake. And while Alex is raking some fields south of the farm, we're gonna go north, just north of the farm, with Tony to Ted hay. This alfalfa here in this bottom is second cutting alfalfa. First cutting went into haylage, and this is the field that we chopped with Gerard. It'll go into big square bales and wrapped as baleage. I'm on the gator now, following Tony up a lane to our neighbor Jeremy's fields. And this used to be Barney Crake's ground, but since he has passed on, his son and grandson and family live here. This property seems to go on and on, so I'm going to speed things up so we can get to the field a little faster. going through the whole field once. He fluffs it up with the tedder and it should dry real nice. Tony's now on his last pass through this field. So now we're back in the gator and we're gonna head back to the farm. Tony is gonna continue tedding this afternoon. It's now June 12th, and this first cutting grass hay has had 2 days to dry. Gerard is now running the big square baler, and he'll get as many of the fields done as he can today. Thanks to Tony's daughter Jenna for getting this video while I was at work. Gerard's going to continue baling while Tony starts stacking these, and then Tony and Jenna are going to load the trailer and get these bales back to the farm. now evening time, and it always seems like there's just one more thing to do, and that would be taking these bales and stacking them into the heifer barn. And then maybe they can be done for the evening.
So Tony's gonna set up the rake to help set up the rake for Sam to do this little field by Gerard's house. That about right?
Yeah.
I think it's pulling it right like it should. We're here just behind Tony's house, and they're gonna do a few grass hay bales for the calves. Tony, how many of these wagons do you do? How many of these will you do a year? That's all you do?
Tomorrow we'll do one big load of alfalfa for the sheep.
Small bales for the sheep.
Everything else we can use big bales.
So this is gonna be more than one wagon.
The rest of the order come out with the big baler after long. I won't even do a big load. Just put the rest in big bales. Tomorrow we'll do a load of alfalfa for the sheep have land for the little pens.
Is he pushing you pretty hard?
No harder than I can tell you push him. He's a little bit older than me, so that's why I don't stack for him.
George's a little older than Tony by 10 years, 11 years, so that's why Tony's doing the stacking. It's a pecking order, really, when you're in a big family. Testing my balance. We're really lucky there's a breeze.
Yeah, it's my main pond, but
It's probably about 90 degrees now, and with a breeze, it's tolerable, but it is humid compared to the last few days. He looks like he's getting ready. He knows there's a bump coming up or something.
Nice try, Gerard. I'm standing up against the bales. I'm not gonna fall.
40 pounders? Never than that.
He knew that.
They're good solid. Catch on.
What's that?
Now we hook it over.
Do we still have two? You still have two or one? Just this one?
Two of these.
But now we just have this one small square baler.
It might be 30 years old. I don't know. I'll have to look back.
30 plus. Okay. See you at the farm. And this barn is much fuller than last time. There's just a little space here for more grass hay.
That's for second cutting calf hay. That long strip back there. Everything extra will be going there except for that alfalfa. I don't know if you want to put that there or if you want to cut back by the bull combine.
So this is all grass hay in here.
And put it all in one. This is all what?
Grass hay.
Yeah.
Big bales grass hay.
But this here is, that's all first cutting, all that first cutting. This roll on the fence is always second cutting for calf or small.
It'll just be in big bales, so.
Yes. This
So
here is for to feed our little calves right after we wean them.
also second cutting.
This is second cutting, yeah.
About how many bales did you do last week? Early part of last week.
We did 170 bales for Raking, green hay, and we did, let's see, 600 total, so 430 bales would have been dry hay, first cutting, either some wheat hay or either all grass, partridge grass and fescue.
Did you guys keep it all, or is one of the neighbors
We
keep
kept
some?
it all except for a neighbor kept a little that was off his field.
Jeremy's?
No. Well, yeah, Jeremy did get some of that. That's right. I forgot about that. Pete Plummer got some. Jeremy got 40 bales. Jeremy Craig.
Can you tell the viewers why you have plastic on the top of this?
We cover it. After we stack it on here, we won't cover it yet because we gotta let this new hay breathe for about 30 days, but then we'll pull that plastic over it, keep the coons from shitting on top of the hay, because the coons are very heavy in this barn, and they love to do that. They always seem heavier when you unload them.
So you can get 5 high on the big bales. That's where that skid loader makes it real nice.
I can do that.
I like to show this view because George looks like a little ant.
A little ant.
Just looks like a little ant down there.
Not an ant.
That's about the worst dad joke I've heard.
Did you hear Randy's joke here tonight?
No big deal.
Or the other morning?
No, he
Called
told.
in for
Trivia. I don't remember what the question was. He said, going fishing. Something city kids don't experience.
never experiences.
That was the question?
Yeah.
Something that kids in the city do not experience.
50% never
50% of
experience
city
this.
town kids do not experience this in the summertime. What is it? Wasn't camping.
House flies?
He said camping was closed. Randy said fishing.
Greg Sapp said, "Oh yeah, by the way, Randy,
When it's this hot.
is your milk already come out pasteurized?" And Randy's like, "Yeah, when it goes past your eyes." Brian's got a chuckle out of it.
That was quick thinking, that was.
That was quick thinking.
Way worse than Baling.
That's because there's
There ain't no breeze
much
coming
less
through.
air.
We should have got that old Milwaukee fan.
No.
I could have
Jenny could
strapped
have held
it
that for me.
for you. Did you see that?
No, was that a gift?
No. Randy cleans the hell out of it.
Is it something you wear on your...
Takes, no, fuck, it's big, but takes in Milwaukee batteries.
It's kind you'd see on a school bus right by the driveway.
Oh.
You only got one more time. Jenny, this is the best bale of the whole load right here
Because it's the last.
because it's the last bale.
And that's no joke.
That is no joke.
That's old school right there. And that's it for this episode of Beckman Brothers Dairy and More on Baling. I hope wherever you are, you at least have a little breeze in this heat. Please take care and have a great week. Thanks for watching.